Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to my channel, Transform with Ryan, where I am bringing you that light whenever there are shadows. In this Pick a Card Tarot reading, I invite you to ask a yes/no question and receive the answer as well as some additional information regarding the circumstance from Spirit. So go ahead and think of the question you'd like to ask, and then I invite you to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, focusing with precision and clarity on your question. And when you are ready, go ahead and open your eyes and see which one of these three crystals calls to you to provide the answer. So first we have Rhodonite. Next is Golden Healer Quartz. And red Jasper. Now, once you've been called to your crystal, you can check the description box down below for the timestamps, and I will see you there to get your answer. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And today, just as we had in previous videos, I invited you to ask a yes/no question and receive the answer as well as any other additional and pertinent information from Spirit. And with this reading, definitely takes what resonates with you and leave behind the rest. And of course, know that you always have full control over your destiny, and if there are some things that you wish to change in your path forward, then you are able to create that change. So here we go. Those of you that were drawn to the Rhodonite crystal, it says here, find a way to forgive. So what I'm sensing already from this energy here is that there's something that you've been holding on to, something that you're clinging to in regards to this situation, and it's something that is no longer relevant. It's something that you don't really need anymore in your life. It's sort of like this energetic tether, maybe even a weight, where it's like, you know what? This isn't helping you, it isn't serving you, it's time to let it go. And so taking a look at your circumstances to see what that could be and where you can remove any drains to your energy or things that have you feeling down and that aren't getting you excited and happy, you know? And with forgiveness, the reason why I'm bringing that up is simply because forgiveness is truly about letting things go definitively, to the extent that it doesn't affect you anymore. It's like you're neutral about it. You don't care one way or the other because it's inconsequential to you at this point, okay? So think about that in regards to your situation and see where that would apply strongest for you. Now let's take a look at the energies surrounding this situation, this question that you are asking about, okay? And that's going to give you some more clues as to what is the most aligned path for you moving forward and what can perhaps help you solve this problem that you may be encountering right now, okay? So first out, we have the sun, beautiful. Then we have man holding a coin. And contract. So what I'm seeing here for many of you is there is something that you feel you're responsible for in this situation. I'm feeling like you, in your mind, you feel like you owe somebody something, okay? And it feels like you need to stick it out, you need to hang around, you need to see this through, because you feel like you owe it to them, right? And that's what I'm feeling kind of supported with this man holding a coin energy, is that it feels to you like there's some kind of debt here. And it could even be something you're not consciously aware of, which is this blindfold here. So it could even be a soul contract you made in the past with somebody, and now you feel like this desire or urge to even fulfill it, you know, to make good on that soul contract. And I'm sensing from spirit that the contract has actually been fulfilled already. It's already balanced. That's what I'm seeing here with the sun. It's like okay, everything's good, everything's peachy, it's good to go. But I feel like there's something about you, again, pulling in this coin energy and this contract blend. It's almost like you want to pay interest on something. You know what I'm saying? It's like you feel like you have to pay more. You have to put more energy into this, more time into this, give a little bit more of your, it's like energy. Like you're just, there's there's like a flurry of examples and information coming in. It's just like what I'm getting is this sense of this bottomless debt that you feel in this situation, okay? And it could be towards a person or like a thing, all right? It's, some examples that I can share with you. It's like, oh, you've been with this person for such a long time. You feel like you owe it to them to do what they want, or that they need to be happy and set to go before you can step away from them. Okay, like you have to make sure they're going to be okay without you before you move on. Or it's like this debt that you feel like you owe to a parent or to an older sibling because they took care of you when you were younger, or this debt to a job because like, oh, they hired me straight out of school and I didn't know anything and they spent all this time training me and building me up, and now that I'm all good and bored with my job, I'm gonna leave, and it's gonna put them in a tough spot because now they have to find someone else and start all over again and train them up and blah blah blah. It's like you just feel like it's like I feel like there's this excuse that's being made for you to hang around and keep the current status quo. And spirit is like, yo, you don't got to do that, actually. Okay, the debt is paid, you've done your part. And actually what I'm hearing from spirit as well is like, you need to get out of the way. I mean, that came out a bit blunt, but spirit was like, you just need to get out of the way. Like, we need to kind of move someone else into this space, that to honor their journey, and your journey lies elsewhere. Like, you need to be doing something else. So spirit is like really saying, it's like, move on. Wow, that came through really, really strongly. So let's get your answer on the yes no question. Okay, so again, take whatever resonates with you, however it applies with you, and then leave the rest. But we're gonna pull some tarot cards to get the vote on yes or no as an answer to your question, and we'll see what other messages the tarot has for you. Okay, so we have 8 of Swords here, and the answer, the vote there is a no. And next out we have, let's see, any votes coming out? Spirit is like thinking. Okay, here's one. The Emperor, and that is a yes. So right now we have a yes and a no. So we're kind of like at a tie here. And then lastly, okay, what's gonna be our tiebreaker? Oh my gosh, we have 2. Oh geez, how's that gonna work? We have Ace of Swords and Queen of Wands. That hasn't happened before, but both of these are actually a yes. Okay, so we have 3 yeses and 1 no. So, majority rules. So the answer to your question is a yes. Okay, so what I am seeing, a good chunk of it is actually supported by what I'm saying. So we have the Emperor here, and that's about this energy of responsibility. So Spirit is saying, let go of this responsibility that you have assumed, okay? Because you've already fulfilled that responsibility. You've done your duty. That's what I'm hearing from the Emperor, is like your duty has been accomplished here. And with this Ace of Swords, like I was telling you earlier, new energy needs to come into this space. And by you hanging around and kind of doing the same old thing, it's not helping the energies flow. And like no one is growing, and ultimately no one will be benefiting from you doing the same thing or staying in the same situation if you are feeling this desire and call to change something, okay? Now, here with the 8 of Swords, Actually, what Spirit is saying, there's something within you as well, this kind of inner child that feels trapped. Okay, it's sort of this programming or belief system that you had from when you were a child. It's like, this is what you have to do. Okay, what I'm getting is this idea where it's like, some parents are like, as I get older, I'm gonna need you to help take care of me and help do things. And you kind of had that programmed into your mind frame that you have to take care of your parents, you have to take care of your older sibling, and you're responsible for them. And that programming is getting in the way with everybody's progress moving forward. Okay, this sort of idea that you have to carry all the weight and the burden, and you have to do everything, and other people can't take responsibility for themselves. That's what I'm seeing here, this like feeling of being trapped. And like you see this girl putting on this donkey skin and fur, and it's like, someone put this costume gave you this role, and it's weighing you down, and it's just really heavy, and you don't like this outfit, you don't like having to wear it, you don't like this burden. And so Spirit is saying, well, of course, because it's not aligned with you, so let it go. And here with the Queen of Wands, I feel this energy coming through with the Ace of Wands and man holding a coin. And what I'm drawn to are these flowers here on the bottom. And so Pele here, the goddess of volcano and life and growth from the Hawaiian Islands, where I was born, she creates fertile ground. Okay, even though she's the goddess of fire and the volcanoes and everything, and that can be a destructive force in nature. But just like the cycle of life, where there are endings, where there is death, there is also new growth and beginnings. And so that's what needs to happen here, okay? It's just like with the earth. You have to work with the soil. You have to till the soil. It can't be beautiful and smooth and pristine to support growth. There's going to have to be changes. Things are going to have to be let go. Death has to occur for new growth to appear. It's kind of makes me think of the cycle of life and how in the wilderness, the physical body of animals returns to the earth to nourish the earth and provide new life for plants, and the plants feed other animals. And it's just this beautiful cycle of life. And Spirit is reminding you like, hey, in what areas of your life are you not allowing this natural flow of energy to occur? Okay, in which areas of your life are you too attached to something and too fixed on something, and you're not letting movement come in? Okay, so kind of the theme and the message I'm getting here from Spirit is, where are you stopping the energy from moving? Okay, where are you blocking energy flow? And that will help you make the choices for your highest and most aligned path. Okay, my loves? So if you enjoyed this reading, you got something out of it, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would truly appreciate that. And of course, you can check out other readings on my channel. I've linked one of them up here in the top right corner if you are ready for that. And for those of you that are not willing, I should say, but open and desiring of growing further and expanding along your self-development, self-improvement, spiritual journey, I encourage you to book a discovery call with me and see how we can work together to help you achieve your goals in that arena. I've been called to do some more coaching work once again, and so I'd love to be able to assist to all of those souls that find themselves at that point in life, ready to move forward to this amazing, amazing aligned path. Okay, my loves? So I hope you really enjoyed this reading today. I'm sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. I will see you again soon. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And today we are doing another yes, no question type reading. And for those of you that were drawn to the Golden Healer Quartz, on the bottom it says, open the door. And what I'm feeling from Spirit as it relates to your question here and your situation is a lot of the dominant energy here is fear. Okay, with opening the door, it's allowing something new to come in. And what I'm sensing for many of you is there's this fear of the unknown, this fear of like, oh my God, what's coming through the door? Am I gonna like it? Am I not? Is it gonna make things easier or is it gonna make things more challenging? And also, what I'm feeling here is there's almost this worry about having regrets or having remorse by making a choice on, do I do this or do I not do that? Okay? And so Spirit is saying that is the block here. And the block is to open, the remedy, I should say, is to open the door. Allow something into your life. Don't be afraid, okay? This situation came to you for a reason. This opportunity, this person came to you for a reason. There's a reason why this is coming up, and it's meant, it's here for you to explore it, okay? Yeah, so be open to receiving. That's another thing that's coming through here, okay? Now, let's take a look at some of the other energies that are influencing and affecting the situation as well before we get your yes, no answer. And of course, as usual, take whatever resonates with you and leave the rest. This is a general reading, so not all the messages that come through from Spirit are going to apply to your situation, so you can just discard those, okay? And regardless of what comes out with, wow, these are really jumping out, with the yes, no answer, know that you can always shift timelines. You can always change the outcome, okay? It's just a matter of making the choices to align you with the outcome you desire. Okay, so the ones that jumped out here were contract and adjacent possibilities. And then lastly, we have Goddess of the Moon. Okay, so what I'm feeling here from this energy in your reading, it's so interesting because this came out with one of the other crystals as well, the Rhodonite. So you might want to consider listening to that reading also to see what messages it has to offer you that might help you in regards to navigating your circumstance or situation you're asking about. But what I'm seeing here with this contract here is this energy of fate. Okay, it's almost like the ending of a chapter and the beginning of a new one. Okay, and so even though we have this big novel that is our life, right? And that has a beginning, middle, and an end kind of structure. Within each chapter of your life, there's also a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay? And so when something new is trying to come in, that means that's the ending of something else. Okay? There's this moment in time where both are coexisting, an ending and a beginning, right? And it's this transition phase that's occurring here. So you are in this space of transition, all right? And that's what's coming through with this contract energy here. And what I was feeling earlier is, and the cards kind of support this, is that there's so many different possibilities and so many different timelines for you to tap into that you don't actually know the ending. And that's part of the fear here, is this fear of the unknown. And in this reading, Spirit is saying like, we're not going to be able to tell you anything because part of the path forward is this experience, all right? And Spirit is saying, it's like, you know how people are like, don't spoil the ending to a movie for me, or don't tell me what's going to happen. I haven't watched that episode or that movie yet. This is what's happening here. So for those of you that were like, I want to know the ending, I want to know if this is the best choice for me to make moving forward right now, Spirit is like, it's not even like that. Okay, that's not actually what you should be worried about or what you should be fearing. Spirit is saying, be called here to the present moment. Okay, what feels right and good to you now? Okay, because Spirit is also saying like, hey, when you are kind of in the future and worrying about if you're going to feel good about this or if you're going to regret it later, you're like totally detached from the present. Okay? And the present is what drives us forward towards the future. I hope that that makes sense. I feel like it got really like mystical and higher consciousness right there for now, you know? And that's how some people kind of get mixed up and confused when it comes to manifestation because they focus so much on the outcome that it's like they're living in the future and they're not making the decisions and the choices and taking the action needed here in the present to bring the future about, right? It's like someone that just daydreams all day about meeting the love of their life, but they never leave their home. And then they expect to cross paths with the love of their life. And it's like, but you never connect with other people. So how is the love of your life going to meet you? Like, are they going to break into your house and be like, hey, by the way, you were manifesting me, and since you didn't leave your house, I decided to just barge in here, break into your home, and now let's be in love. Do you know what I'm saying? I know that's like kind of an extreme example, but a lot of people, they just daydream too much. It's like they dream and they think and they imagine and they visualize, but they take no action. They don't do anything. Okay? And spirit is like, you have to make a choice. You have to take an action and open this door and get the chain of events started here. Okay? And what I was feeling earlier is there's this very beautiful surprise coming through for you, depending on whatever choices you make, okay? And this surprise is going to make you happy, but not in the way you think, okay? And that's what Spirit was kind of telling me about this journey forward, okay? It's just not very clear yet as to what it could be. Spirit is trying to come through with another example here, okay? It's like being invited to dinner, Spirit is saying, and someone is cooking all the food for you. And it's like your birthday celebration, for example, okay? And it's like, hey, for your birthday, I'm going to make this delicious dinner for you with your favorite food. So just come on over. And they're not gonna tell you what foods they're cooking, but they know all your favorite foods, so you know you're gonna be happy regardless. But is it like, are they gonna cook this dish, that dish, or this other dish? Like, you don't know, but you know you like all three of them, so you'd be happy either way. So that's what I'm getting. So Spirit's like, you're gonna be happy either way, no matter what this outcome is leading to, but you just need to make a choice right here, right now, today. Like, you need to take a step forward to go towards this outcome here, and they just can't tell you what it is. And that's this goddess of the moon energy. It's very mysterious, it's very murky and unclear, and open as well. Like, it's full of possibilities, like this middle card here. So there's all these possibilities of good things that can happen, but you have to make a choice. You have to take some kind of action. So stop being afraid of the consequences of the action, because that's not what's important here. Okay? The consequence is going to be a good one. You just have to make a choice. All right? So I trust that I explained that well enough at this point. So let's go ahead and pull some cards to get your yes or no answer. We haven't had a maybe come through in a while here, so I guess we'll see. 8 of Cups, that is a no. And we'll need 2 more votes here from Spirit. Okay, Spirit is saying cut the deck and pull the bottom. So this one is a no. Okay, we have 2 no's already, so the answer to your question is gonna be no. Oh, and this one is a yes. Okay, so the majority is no, the majority vote, but we still got this yes coming through here. So let's see what additional messages Spirit has to say. Okay, so Spirit is saying you need to leave something behind. You need to venture and journey out, move forward alone. This choice is completely yours alone. And so Spirit is saying, you've been trying to get everybody's opinion and advice and guidance, and Spirit is like, no, 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 you need to make this choice. You need to trust yourself for once and not put the burden or responsibility to make the choice for you on someone else. Very, very interesting that came through. So Spirit is saying, yep, this is your choice and your choice alone. And what I'm seeing here with the Ten of Swords is also an ending. And Spirit is saying that you've delayed long enough. It's time to make a choice, or else a choice will be made for you. Okay? And it's not that the choice that will be made for you is one that you won't like or that won't work out well, but Spirit is saying it knows you, that you know, because you fear the unknown and you fear uncertainty, it's like you really enjoy having control over things as well as whatever kind of control you can muster. And so if Spirit and the universe has to make the choice for you and thrust upon you a certain circumstance, you're going to be upset because it's like you were forced to do it. And that might actually even be some type of coping mechanism for you, and a way for you to kind of shirk responsibility. Wow, Spirit is really coming through with the tea here. It's not cutting you any slack. Spirit is saying that that sometimes you give other people the power to make the choice for you or make the decisions. And when something happens that you don't like, it's like you can blame them for it. You're like, oh, it's your fault this happened. And it's like a way for you to avoid taking ownership and responsibility. It's like, well, I didn't choose that, you chose that. So because it blew up in our face, it didn't work out, and things ended up like becoming a catastrophe, it's your fault. And so Spirit is saying, like, no, 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 stop doing that. It's time for you to grow up and actually take responsibility. Make a choice and accept the consequences of your choices and your actions, and not try to put it on someone else. Okay? Ooh, dang, Spirit. Okay, that is some like tough love parenting energy coming through with that message. I don't even remember the last time I had to do like a real talk kind of thing like that. But, you know, these are divinely guided messages, and I said, Spirit, pull through what people need to hear for their highest and greatest good. And so with this Knight of Swords card here, Spirit is saying, you know, get on your horse, get moving, bring whatever tools you need for the journey forward, and charge forward, okay? Make that choice, no regrets, just roll with it. See it through to the end, okay? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so if this resonated with you and you got a good serving of wisdom and guidance from Spirit, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And if you're ready for another reading, there is a link right up here in the top right corner to take you there. Now, for those of you that are on this spiritual journey, on this self-development journey, and need additional guidance and support, I'm happy to offer whatever I can to help you move forward on your journey towards your highest dreams and wishes and manifestations. So I invite you to go ahead and book a discovery call with me. The link to my Calendly schedule for that call is in the description box below. I can't wait to connect with you and see how I can help you along your journey. So in any case, my loves, sending you so much love and cosmic hugs on your journey forward. Trust in your decision-making skills. Trust in your instincts. Like Spirit was saying earlier, you can do no wrong. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And today we are doing yes, no questions and getting some information and guidance and wisdom regarding this circumstance for your highest and greatest good as usual. So we are going to pull some information, and of course, as always, take whatever resonates with you and leave the rest. This is a general reading, so not everything is going to fit your situation perfectly, and that is a-okay. And for those of you too, as we move on to getting that yes no answer here towards the end of the reading, it's important for you to know that this is all sharing information with you and that ultimately you can create the outcome that you desire. It's just a matter of making the choices that will bring it to life. So, those of you that were drawn to the red Jasper, we have take action. So, what I'm sensing here from Spirit is that you actually already know what you should be doing. You already know the answer. You already feel it in your gut, but you are just hesitating. It's almost like what I'm feeling is like you're trying to buy time. You're trying to draw out this process because you're a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, a little bit worried. Maybe there's even a little bit of distrust in yourself and your convictions, okay? And Spirit is like, no, 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 no. You know what to do. You need to take action. You already know what's the right thing to do here. And I'm being called to talk a little bit about the color here, which is interesting because I wasn't called to do that with the other crystals. But with this red Jasper, it's calling to mind the root chakra, okay? And so this root chakra is really part of the set of chakras regarding being grounded and understanding yourself and your needs and your values and what's important to you. And so Spirit is kind of reminding you like, hey, remember who you are. What is it that you want here? What is it you're trying to achieve? And also, are you honoring yourself? Are you respecting yourself? And are you being true to yourself? Oh yeah, ooh, that's a big one. Are you being true to yourself, or are you just doing something for the sake of someone else, for the sake of saving face? For some of you, it's kind of like you're almost afraid of how other people are going to respond to whatever it is you want to do, and you're like overly worried about that. Interesting. And Spirit is like, no, this is about you. This is about you here. So there's no need to take other people into consideration, other people's thoughts, other people's opinions, other people's beliefs. And oh, wow, this is interesting. Spirit is also saying like they can take care of themselves. Okay, it's not like you are the one that's going to determine their fate based on whatever choice you make that's going to impact their life. Spirit is like, don't worry, we got them covered. Okay, they have their life journey, they have their path, and you're not meant to provide all of their needs for them. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's get some energy cards here to get more insight on this situation, get more guidance and wisdom from Spirit to see what is important for you to know to help you navigate this, to help you work through this situation, this circumstance. Wow, very strong messages coming from Spirit today. I don't feel a lot of this like coddling energy, which sometimes I feel when I do the readings. So we have caring connections. Wonderful. And we have indecision. And storm warning. Oh, wow. So Spirit is saying that again with caring connections, there's this energy of community coming through, okay? And it's what I'm seeing from people is it's kind of like, in a family, maybe the father or the mother feels like they have to do everything and be responsible for everything. But really, there's a community, there's a network. Like there's a cousin, there's a sibling, there's another parent, there is a grandparent, there is an aunt or an uncle. There's someone else that can help and be part of the situation, okay, and be of service. There's even friends, right? It's like, it's not that this is the one and only person that can do this. Okay, it's not like this is the only, security guard in the whole wide world to keep, this building safe and secure. This isn't the only doctor in the world that can help tend to this sick patient. This isn't the only adult in the world that can care for this child. You know what I'm saying? There's more people, more resources out there to help, and that you don't have to carry the weight on your own for whatever this circumstance is. Okay? Yeah. And love is kind of coming through. It's like, you're not the only person that can show the situation, the job, the person love. Okay? There are other sources of love in this universe. Both seen and unseen. That's interesting. That's interesting. But everyone has their spirit guides and guardians and angels and ancestors to work for them. Well, to help them, I should say. Work for them sounds like really weird. To help them. So allow them to do that, okay? What I'm seeing as well is, with this storm warning, Spirit is saying to brace yourself, all right? Interesting. So Spirit is saying, just because other people involved may not like your choice, it doesn't mean it's the wrong choice. Ooh. Let me say that again, because I'm like, dang, that is some soul medicine right there. Just because other people don't agree with your choice, it doesn't mean it's the wrong choice. Oh, yes. Oh my God, I felt like I need to hear that too today. Jeez. But that comes through so strongly for you, my loves. And this is really honoring your journey, no matter how anyone else is going to take it. Okay, be true to you. Be true to you. And here we have indecision. And what I'm feeling from this energy here, which is very interesting as well, because I don't, this hasn't come up when this card has appeared in readings before, but I'm reminded of the story of Little Red Riding Hood, and how she, went through the woods on her own and to visit her grandmother, and her grandmother, was in the belly of this wolf, and who ended up actually coming to help her was the woodsman. Okay, and so Spirit is telling me, like, this card here on the bottom says indecision, but that's just really speaking a little bit to your energy about indecision, and that you need to overcome that and make a choice here. But additionally, it's kind of feeding into this caring connection energy here, where it's like, there are other people that are going to come in and help with this situation that you don't even know. Okay, that there are players and characters involved in this scenario that have yet to be revealed that will help. Okay? So just take the action that feels most aligned with you and allow everyone else to come in and play their role. Ah, yes. So one thing that's coming through really strongly for a select few of you is, like, you want to launch this project, launch this, charity. You have this big goal or this big vision for yourself, and you can't really do it alone, but you feel like you have to do it alone. But Spirit is saying, like, no, just set the intention, take action, say, like, create the website, name the charity, post it on your Facebook or your social media account that you're starting this charity. Just set that intention, announce it, take some kind of action, and let the pieces come into play. Let the pieces fall into place here, okay? So, go on, maybe it's like a Kickstarter or something like that. So just go on, create the Kickstarter page and announce it and share the link. And you'll be surprised at who comes in to help with that, whether by donation or someone's going to come in and say, hey, I can help increase awareness. I can help market this Kickstarter campaign for you. Like the pieces that you feel you need to do and take care of, but you don't know how, someone is going to come in and help with that. I love that. I love that. Okay, let's get your answer here with the yes, no question. So here we have the Five of Swords that jumped out and practically landed on my chest. And that is a no. Okay, and Spirit is saying this one because it was opposite. The Two of Coins, that is a yes. And then lastly, we have Seven of Cups, which is interesting. You know, this is a yes. This is a yes, but there's something about this yes that that doesn't feel very, very strong. So we have two yeses and a no. So let's start here with this Seven of Cups, okay? And with this Seven of Cups, it does speak to a lot of possibilities, okay? A lot of different options here for you, and that's really what that yes/no energy, that's not a strong yes that's coming through, okay? And it's just because the question that you're asking, there's a lot of steps involved here, and definitely Spirit is saying it's a lot more complicated than just a simple yes or no here, okay? And that it's more of a sequence of events. It's not like a final judgment type of thing where it's like, yes, it's not very definitive there. It's like, yes. Oh, interesting. So what Spirit is showing me is this sort of algorithm. So for those of you that maybe are not familiar with it, it's like a little chart. And at the top, it will say something like, you know, are you a male? And then it's like yes or no. And then depending on what you choose, there's another option here. So are you in the US? And then it's like yes or no, right? So there's this, so it could be yes, I'm a male. No, I'm not in the US. And it leads you to something else, and there's another choice. So it just branches like that. And so there is just this emphasis of a sequence of things that need to happen to get to your final answer. All right. Let's see what else is coming through with the Five of Swords and the Two of Coins. So there's this energy here of disappointment, kind of coinciding with the caring connections. And so what Spirit is telling me with this is, you know how I was saying that not everyone's going to be happy with whatever you choose to do? This card here is saying that you're going to be disappointed in some of the people that don't support you. But you're going to be also equally surprised at some of the people that do support you. Again, there's people that you haven't met yet that are going to be supportive. And so you're going to be surprised in that regard about who's supporting you and who isn't. And Spirit is like, hey, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. It's their right to have their opinion. Again, right? It's their right to have an opinion. And just because they don't support you doesn't mean it's not the right thing for you to do. Okay? And, you know, for most of them, I'm feeling and hearing that they're going to get over it. Okay? Sometimes it's like you have to move forward knowing that this is right for you. And then later on, people are going to see it. People are going to get it. Okay? They just don't get it right now because they're in their own space, their own ego, their own emotions and whatever about the situation. Now here with the Two of Coins, what I'm hearing here from Spirit, you know, kind of going with this storm warning is to just balance yourself out, okay? Don't put too much emphasis on other people's opinions. Don't feel like you have to be defensive and prove yourself to them. It's okay to, you know, want to meet your own standards, but you don't have to do anything for the sake of someone else or meet someone else's expectation. So that's what is coming through with this energy of balance, okay? Because I see this mother here, and she knows she has these twins, and they're half human, half bear, right? And what I'm seeing here is it's like no matter what you choose, you just have to love your choice. That's so bizarre. I feel like it's coming out so alien and so weird. But here, she wanted to have kids. She wanted to have a family. And what she got was these half bear, half human children. And some people were like, ew, gross. What kind of creature is that? Like, kill it, get rid of it, whatever, right? Abandon it. But she's like, no, I wanted to have children, and I'm going to love my child no matter how they look. This was my choice. This is the right choice for me, is to be able to care and nurture for another living being no matter how they look, even if they didn't meet my expectations. Like, hey, I thought I was going to give birth to two human babies, and instead I got half human, half bear. But that doesn't mean I'm going to love them any less. And so that's what Spirit is saying here, okay? That you need to honor and love your choice and the choice you made, regardless of what other people are saying, and regardless of whether or not the picture looks the way you think it's gonna look once you've made that choice, okay? And maybe your picture's like, oh, everybody's gonna support me and be agreeable and everything's gonna be peachy. And it might be like, oh, some people don't actually like what I'm doing here and they're against it. Don't let that stop you from moving forward with your decision, okay? Wow, very powerful. Oh my God, these messages were so powerful and like real talk today. So if this resonated with you in any shape, way, or form, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And if you'd like another reading, just click this link right up here in the top right corner. It'll take you there. And for those of you that are really on this journey of transformation, self-improvement, self-discovery, connecting more with Spirit, and you need that help, you need that guidance, that one-to-one attention, or that support, I invite you to reach out and connect with me. I have a link down in the description box below to book a discovery call with me, and let's see how we can work together to support you and bring your dreams and goals to life. All right, my loves, so I look forward to connecting you in that capacity, for those of you that are ready. But for the rest of you, sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. I'm wishing you all the best in your future endeavors. Take care. See you soon. Bye.